Welcome everybody to another round of World of Tanks subscriber replays. My name as always is Maxwell, and today's first replay is from the user B-Duck. That is B-Duck, and he's driving the KV-3 on an encounter battle on Lakeville. So first off, I just want to say a big Merry Christmas to everybody for yesterday. I think I'm going to say yesterday. I think this video is going up on Boxing Day, so if it is, then Merry Christmas for yesterday. If this video doesn't go up on Boxing Day, then just ignore everything that I've just said. But yes, I just want to say a big Merry Christmas to everybody. Hopefully sometime before the end of the year, or just after New Year's Eve, or just after New Year's Day, I'm going to be bringing a vlog video for you guys, because obviously I want to do my annual gold giveaway competition that I've done for the last 2 years. So expect a vlog video anytime now, either between now and the end of the year or the start of next year, and hopefully we can get a decent competition and give away a decent amount of gold. So on to this video. B-Duck just going to be heading off into the town. Obviously that's the best thing to do, being a heavy tank and this being an encounter battle. Even if it wasn't an encounter battle, they've got enough guys on that far left-hand flank that B-Duck should really be here anyway, especially in a KV-3. You just want to, in a tier 7 battle, especially when there's only 2 tier 7s on either side, except the enemy seems to have 3 tier, right, because they've lost, the allies have lost a tier 7 already. So yeah, when you're top tier in a tier 7 battle, you definitely just want to use the KV-3 as more like a battering ram, because this thing is pretty damn difficult to damage. And it gets a decent cannon on it, spots out a Cromwell, bloodies the Cromwell's nose, gets spotted and just drops back a little bit behind the wall. Although this thing is a battering ram and is very difficult to damage, there's no point just hanging around in the open where you can take damage if it is avoidable. Definitely, oh, very nice shot there. Definitely don't want to be taking avoidable damage, basically. If you've got a position where you can just drop back behind a wall and not get shot in the head, then definitely want to do that rather than just sitting out there full man mode and just saying, bring it on, fellas. But gets a good hit on that KV-1 there, and again just drops back. So both teams looking like they are sat in the cap circle. Should be able to eliminate that KV-1. Indeed he does, and that is kill number 2 for B-Duck. Already caused nearly 1,400 points of damage, and we're only sort of 2.5 minutes into this battle. And it took him most of that time to get here. Oh, very nice high roll there on that T25-2, just making him think twice about poking his head out. Although it looks like he is poking his head out, but I think he's going to be able to get back in time. But if he pokes himself out one more time, then B-Duck should have more than enough damage just to finish him off, unless he rolls very, very low. Just going to be sitting waiting for this T25-2. To be honest, the T25 just wants to relocate to a new position, because he should know that B-Duck, or at least someone's just going to be waiting for him to poke himself out just like that, and that is kill number 3. So pretty good game so far. Just sets himself up in this little, in the town overlooking the cap circle, and just eliminates anybody who comes around that northern flank there. As you can see, this thing just being a little bit of a tank graveyard. A few dead tanks here. Just going to barge the Cromwell out of the way and then try and get around onto this Jackson. Just got the Jackson, this ARL, and that Nashorn. Jackson knew he was coming. Unfortunately, the Jackson only able to put a little bit of damage through his side there. Just less than 200 points of damage. And B-Duck just takes him out no problem whatsoever and picks up kill number 4. Now it's the turn of the ARL V39. It's a good bit of damage through the front of him. The ARL does nothing. And then that KV-2 just saunters around the corner and finishes him off. So good bit of teamwork here. The allied team really just overwhelming the enemy, putting more tanks in the area. But as you can see here, the enemy realizes that this game is quickly slipping out of their control, and has put a good few tanks around onto this flank. B-Duck just saying to himself, nope, you shall not pass. That Hellcat has got a good shot on his rear armor here, But B-Duck just going to rely on his superior armor and hit point pool. Just going to slowly traverse that turret, and there we go. That is kill number 6 and his Top Gun medal for B-Duck. Not wanting to waste his repair kit on the turret there, just in case he needed to quickly fix the engine or the tracks for something. But as you can see, the traverse speed of this turret, once it's been damaged, is just incredibly painful. So now he's going to have to go one-on-one with the Tiger P. Shot not quite going through that substantial frontal armor of the Tiger P there. I think it's got 200 points of front armor. So he's just going to sit here, try and wait for it to present a weak spot. And there we go, gets one through. It looks like around about the turret ring there. It looks like the Tiger P is either going to try and sneak past or maybe turret hug the KV-3. Not sure why. It's a bit of damage through the side armor there, but B-Duck just says, nope, you're not going anywhere. And that is kill number 7 and the end of the game. So absolutely awesome replay there from B-Duck. Thank you very much for sending that one in, showing off the raw power and what the KV-3 can achieve when just used as a battering ram. So excellent replay. Thank you very much for sending that one in. As always, the score screens and another game are coming right up, so stick around. And our second replay of the day is from the user Lawrence Riens. I get in trouble for pronouncing that one French every single time, so I don't know how to pronounce his surname, but we'll just say that this one is from the user Lawrence, representing the good old Cirque clan, and he's driving the T-30 tank destroyer on an encounter battle on Erlenberg. XVM says that this one is going to be a little bit of an uphill struggle and a bit of a challenge, so we'll see how they get on. T-30 being the Tier 9 turreted tank destroyer for the Americans. This thing, back in the day, for anybody who's been playing this game for a decent amount of time, will remember that this tank actually used to be the Tier 10 heavy tank for the Americans, and then when they did a reshuffle and brought in the turreted tank destroyers, this thing moved across to be the Tier 9 tank destroyer. I'm pretty sure it used to be the Tier 10 heavy tank. It may have been the Tier 9 heavy tank, so I'm sure you guys can correct me in the comments, but it definitely used to be one of the top tier heavy tanks before they did the tech tree reworking when this thing went across to be a tank destroyer. So anyway, back to the game at hand. Going to be heading all the way down the far left-hand flank here, along with a few of his allies. Got his platoon mate in his IS-8 up ahead there. The IS-8's got a good bit of speed and a good bit of agility, so that thing is able to get into a nice advanced position early for a heavy tank. It can turn up in some places where you're not quite expecting to see it. On the contrary, the T-30 is a little bit more of a slow lumbering beast. As you can see, hovering around the 20 to 25 kilometers per hour mark. Even slower when going uphill. So finds a KV-5. KV-5's mighty armor, no match for the huge cannon of the T-30 there. Puts 735 damage straight through his face. Everybody else seeing what just happened is thinking twice about making a push up this hill. Lawrence found his counterpart here, the enemy T-30. Not really wanting, trying to pick out his weak spot there, but not quite able to do it. His shot just about missing. Looks like the enemy has decided against this course of action here, and they're just going to try and push around the northern part of the castle here. As you can see, they've committed way more forces to that right-hand flank than the Allies have. The Allies committing the majority of their forces to this left-hand flank, so this thing's going to be a real carousel. Each flank should win, and then they're going to sort of probably collapse and meet in the middle. That T-29, oh, very unlucky to hit the ground there instead of that IS-2. And then the T-30 gets around the corner and takes off almost half of the T-30's hit points. So it has a good cannon, but it doesn't have a decent amount of hit points, and it has some terrible, terrible armor, being the same sort of chassis as the T-29 is. And there we see there the IS-8 and the T-30 able to just double team the enemy T-30 into the ground. And that is left-hand flank won by the Allies, and very, very shortly after, right-hand flank won by the enemy. And the Allied T-29 that was capturing the base there was just taken out by that Ferdinand. So that leaves them no backup plan, although the Ferdinand has left his ass poking out a little bit, just waiting for that gun to aim in a little bit, and that has a good bit of damage through the rear of that Ferdinand, almost hitting the Allied IS-2, but not quite. Excuse me, just having a little cough there. Not sure if the microphone managed to pick that up, but I'll apologise anyway, just in case. So the platoon having a good game so far. Lawrence almost 2,200 damage, and that IS-8 picked himself up 3 kills, so having a good one so far. But now it looks like the enemy team is focusing on the base capture. Going to try and take out that SU as he backs off, and indeed he does. Was going to shoot that IS-3, but then saw that the SU-122-44 was low on hit points. So we'll just wait until he got into a better position, took him out, and then they can move on to this IS-3 at a later date. So as you can see, just as predicted, each flank won very handily and very quickly. Oh, good high roll on that Panther 2 there. Won fairly quickly and then sort of transitioned around to this central capture point. And the two teams just going to be clashing head on here. And there we go, that is kill number 2 for Lawrence. 3,800 points of damage, so having an excellent game so far. Just got to be wary of these two guys in the south here. You got that T-69. He just needs to back... Oh, sorry, not a T-69, T-54. Not quite able to read that myself. Oh, very, very unlucky there just to not be able to penetrate that WZ with its cheating sloped armor. So just going to ignore those guys in the south there. Hopefully that Tiger P is going to cover them off, but I doubt that somehow. On IS-3 threatening the capture point here, but he's going to have to get a little bit closer, and that's going to open him up. Oh, I was going to say that's going to open him up to the IS-8, but no, the IS-8 gets taken out there. Got a silly little brick bollard in front of Lawrence there, so he's going to have to just move himself a little bit, but gets a huge hit on the front of that IS-3, going to make him think twice about moving into the cap circle. And in fact, he really should be backing off just about now if he doesn't want to take another big chunk of damage. That T-54 is working his way up slowly along the riverbank, and if Lawrence is feeling particularly brave, he could poke himself out and get some damage on him. Not quite able to get a shot on that WZ just about yet. There we go. Manages to pick him out. Lets his gun close in a little bit more, and there we go. No idea what the Tiger P was doing there. He made just a dive into the river. I'm not sure what that one was all about. A couple more seconds until his gun's reloaded. If he can reload before this T-54 pops his head out, or just point his gun threateningly in the T-54's direction, he's not going to know if he's loaded or not. It looks like that IS-3 started a base capture, but as you can see, there's more than 2 minutes on the clock. So it can take his time on this one. Finds the T-54. One shot should be enough, and there we go. That is kill number 4. And that just leaves 2v2 now. That AMX 5120 and the T-30 of Lawrence against an IS-3 and a T-25-2. And there's the IS-3 taken out, and that just leaves this T-25-2 against the Tier-9 tank destroyer of Lawrence and that Tier-9 heavy tank in the 5120. So just one more good shot. As you can see, the 5120 making a charge across the river there. Not happy to go for a base capture here. Well, can't really, because the T-25 is in the cap circle himself, so they're going to have to do something about him. That AMX 5120 is not having a good time of taking this guy out. As you can see, doing the smart thing of just backing off, letting the T-25 come forward, and that allows Lawrence to just take him out, pick up kill number 5, and almost 6,000 points of damage. So absolutely awesome replay from you. Thank you very much for sending that one in. As always, the score screens are coming right up after this game. Don't forget, if you've got yourself a great replay, please send that in to replay@screenreality.com. That's replay@screenreality.com. Link for that is in the description. If you enjoyed this video, leave me a like or favourite, stick a comment in the comment section below, letting me know exactly what you thought. And if you're not already, consider hitting that subscribe button. This has been World of Tanks, I have been Maxwell, and I will catch you guys next time. Do we know each other?
I'm gonna break your fucking face. Is that a fact? Yeah, that's a fact. Got a shit fucking memory, Wolf. That's not how it went last time.
Oh, so I'm the wolf.
This isn't last time.
Oh shit! I do need the keys. Had me hand off the keyboard there. Oh, I'm taking a bit of a beating. Oh.